Welcome to CodeWithKamira. So in today's tutorial, we are going to look at state management using BLoC and Cubit. As to the previous, we used Riverpod. Now, when you notice in the previous session, we were not displaying the title of the product because we were using the wrong parameter. Instead of title, we used the name. So let's just run and fix that. Under product, replace name with title. And let's build that. So let's go and fix wherever we have name. We put title. In the details, let's put title. Okay, now we have it. Let's run. Yeah, now you can see we have the titles. So this has been fixed. Okay, let's go straight now to blocks. So what we do, we install the package Flutter add Flutter BloC. Okay. Now, as we did for Riverpod, we will surround this with BlocProvider. BlocProvider. Okay, and then we add the required. So here we need to pass the qubits we create. So let's go create the qubits straight away. So in the logic, we can create the qubits. Two files. We can create two files. This is the products. Okay, we call it product state. And we create the various states. So class product state extends equatable to ensure that state changes are easily detected. So missing the package all dependencies. So we say Flutter add equatable. So equatable. All right. So we override this. We say, let's do this. Empty here. And now we can create the various states that we shall need. So the first state is the initial, class initial extends product state, and this shall have nothing inside. The next state is the loading. We duplicate this, we call this get products loading. Okay, after that, we have another class which is get products success extends product state. And now for this, let's get a constructor, get product success. Okay, we shall need the product itself. So final list of type product Okay, this is products, and we say this dot products. Now here we override the props. Instead of using the super, let's put this products. Let's copy this, paste here. We get product error. We name to error. Get products error. And here we are returning a message, string message. That's the error message. We pass here message, and let's pass here as well the message. So those are the states we need for there is an error somewhere. It needs constructor. Okay. We create the qubit itself. This is product, call it product qubit. So this qubit is a class called product qubit that extends qubit of type product state. Now we need to set the initial state, and that is in the super initial, the other initial state we defined. Okay, to get access to the data, we need the use case, final product use case. I call it products use case. I can put here to have named products use case as required. And then the methods, we have future of void. The reason we say void is because we are not going to use this return type. We are just going to pass the data into the state. So get products is equal to, it's async, is equal to, okay, when we call this, we emit immediately the loading state. Get products loading. Okay, now we start the call by saying final response is equals to await products use case dot call. This one should give us the response. Now we need to do some adjustments in the various files. In the use case, instead of returning future of list products, we need to return a network response. We need to create a general network response model, which I call network response. I say class network response is of the type T because it's generic. It can be, the response can be of any type. So this is R uppercase. So we define the values, the fields or params. We need a Boolean that is success, we need data of type T, we need error, string error can be nullable. Sometimes they return also the extra, but we're not going to use it. So what we do here, we construct a network response. We pass this dot success, and then this we make them nullable, named params. They are not mandatory, so you just need to call a name if you need them. So we can say this dot, and begin with data, this dot error, this dot extra. Okay, we have our network response. There's an error somewhere here. In the use case, we are going to return a feature of network response. Network response. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to put a try catch. So in the try, we do this, we make the call. So final response is equal to repository, but it's await. Await. So then you return network response. For the success, put true, because when this call reaches this state, it means that it has succeeded. While if it gets into the catch block, it means that it has failed. So success there is true. And so for success true, we need the data and we pass the response. Then here we return a network response. For success, we put false and we need error. So which is E to string. Okay. So this is our improvement or our modification. Now we should be seeing some error somewhere. Do we go back? Products provider, we don't need even this. So we comment it out. We shall need home. Okay, I know that error is there now. So in the product qubit, we say response equals to this dot call, and then we say if response dot success, meaning if it has succeeded in the call, we say final. Okay. Response data equals to response dot data. You see the response object has the data param, and that's what we are picking, the field. So, okay. Let's try to emit. Get product success. I put response data. Now else means failed. You emit the get product error state. and the message is response.error. Okay. So as we wrapped this in the beginning, when we're dealing with river pod, for this case, we don't need it. We can remove this. Okay. Now we go to this class to return the material. So here we can wrap with multi-block providers. It requires the providers who created the qubits, but at the same time, that qubit requires a use case, which use case in turn requires the repository. So that means the repository must be initialized before it's called. So how do we do that? We need a wrap again with a multi repository provider. Okay, now let's try to see. So this one requires the BlocProvider, and the creator of BlocProvider has the context, or I can use CTX, and it returns to us the product qubit. Now, which product qubit requires us to give the use case? Okay, so the repository provider also, we say this is a repository provider. Then on create, but we may not use this context, so I just represent it like that. On create, I need, which repository do we need? We need a product repository if it exists, but the implementation of it. Okay, which this one needs a remote data source. Okay, now let's first create remote data source. Final remote data source, let me call it data source is equals to remote data source. That is it. So I pass remote data source here, data source, but then use case here, we need to create it. So this, I do this, let me see, this return is for this. So that means I can do this and do return this. Okay, but then I need to create my product use case. Final use case is equal to products use case. Then the repository I put should be product repository is. So since we need to call fetch products on init, what do we do? Let's convert this to stateful. Okay, stateful. So in the init, we need to fetch products context dot read. Okay. And the type of the qubit is product qubit. We access the method get products. Okay. Now we need to wrap our part here. Okay, let me call this, just fixing this later. Okay, I needed this wrapping. Wrap with builder. Okay, so this is what I needed. I'll wrap with the builder. Visual list view. Okay, let me first add the missing params. So with the builder, there is context. We wrap with BLoC consumer. BLoC consumer has the listener. Okay, which listener has the context and state. Okay, context and state. We do that. And then the builder, this also has context and state. Okay. So in the builder, we need to return our list view. Okay. Now, what are we going to do here in the listener? We need to define the list of products here. Final products is an empty list. We can specify the type, list of products. Okay, it's products. Now that's the products we are going to use below. This one. And how do we get those products? In the BLoC consumer, we listen if state is get product success, then final data equals state dot products. Okay, where we can say products equals data. But now is there an issue with the type? Products can't be set. Yes, I declared it final. So I leave it open. And then here we set. Then if state is get product loading, no error, we need to display the error, display the error message, which is going to be final error is equal to state dot message. So you display that. And now, for what happens if it's loading, we can say here state is get product loading. Then you give us circular progress indicator. Else, you give us our list view, and we should center this. So everything seems to be set. Let's run. What is this? Provider. Okay, we did not indicate the type of our block. The block consumer needs a type. Block consumer here. We don't specify which one it should listen to. And this is product Cubit. And the state is the product state. Okay, let's run. Yes, so now it's functioning. Okay. Now, so in the logic where I have the states, let's duplicate this. We call this product info state. So it's product info state. And the initial takes this. This is get product info loading. Then this is success. And we expect product, not list. So we pass here product. And then the error also do the same. Message. Okay, we've prepared our states for the get product detail. Then also let's come to product info. Okay, this is a product info Cubit, which extends this type of product info. We import this product info. So we are needing get product info loading and get product info success. So this is get product success. And this get product error. The use case we have here is product detail use case. Okay, I could just shorten it to use case. Use case. And this is use case dot call. So what we get we need now to go to this use case. Here we return a network response. So we do the same, we say try and catch. Then we get this. It's a final response equals this. So we return a network response where this is true and the data is the response. The data is the response. Okay. Now, here we return network response. Success is false and the error is this dot string. Okay. Now let's go back to the qubit. We save this success, get products, that's correct. Where is the error? Okay, so get this one is get product info, and it needs to give us as ID. Okay, we pass it here. Okay. Now the provider, we don't need it. We delete it. Now in the details, we are going to change this as well to stateless fast, stateless widget. We remove the ref. Then it is easier for us to go back to the stateful. Okay. Now, this one, we need to wrap this column. Let's wrap our column in a block consumer. Okay. This is a block consumer, and it has the listener here, which has the CTX and the state, where CTX is the context. And then we do this. Then this one also has the CTX and the state. Then we do that. So we need our product, so that is product can be null. Okay. Can be null. So we need to get that product. We say if state, we do this in the listener. If state is get product success, final data is equals to state dot product, and so our product can be assigned to this data. This data can be assigned to our product. And therefore, then also for the error, if state is get product error, get product error, then final error equals to state dot message. Then you print, display the error. The error message to user. Okay, now our block consumer, we need to specify the type. It is product info Cubit and the product info state. Okay, don't forget to add it to this side of our main app. We need this Cubit. Where is blocks? Here. We need to copy this. Paste. So this one is product. Okay, this is okay. The repository is the same. The Cubit is product info Cubit. Import. Okay, it has use case, and this use case is wrong. So we have this use case product details use case, I think. Yes, we import it. Text in this, text in this. The repository is the same. Okay, let's go display the data. We say it's not future. A list tile, we return list tile. So future builder here, remove, return a list tile. And so product.title, product.description, product.price. When loading state, think state is get product loading, info loading, you display circular progress indicator. Circular progress indicator, else display that. Now here we center that. We should be good to go. Let's run and see. Okay, so our products are being fetched. Let's see. This is showing null for all. Are we passing the product ID? Let's check. Oh, we are not calling, sorry. So we need to call init we need to call context.read. Which one we are reading? Product info Cubit, and we have get product info. We pass widget dot product ID. Okay, so this should work. Stop on the first one. So it is loading. There should be a problem. Okay, there is a problem here. Okay. So we need to fix something here. So this is product data source. Remote product data source. Okay, and fetch product. Is it a dynamic response? No, I don't think we need to pass this because if we do this, then do this, then this. Okay, let's try to build this and see. Okay, let's run. We will build the first one. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. We load the first one again. Okay. So that is it. Do not forget to subscribe to CodeWithKamira so that you'll be the first to be notified in case of any new tutorials. We shall keep learning until we are all professionals. Thank you. Have a nice time.